What's up everybody, Alden here at aiiBee Production. Today we're going to go over a quick tutorial on how I put myself in a composite myself in a alleyway. As you can see right here, I have used a green screen to shoot the footage, and then I used elements, just pictures and moving particles, and put myself in the scene to make it believable, like I'm really in it. I also have added some sound effects to make it more believable. So let's get started, and I can show you guys exactly how I have done so. So let's do this. As you can see here, this is the final result. I'm gonna play it back. Pretty cool. I'm looking kind of scared. There's some gunshots going on, and I don't know what's going on. Looking all tough and thinking I'm the man, but in reality, I'm just really scared, and I don't know what's going on right now. And seems like I'm in Chinatown or something like that. But anyways, first thing what you want to do is make a composition, new composition here on top. And for this particular one, I'm going to use 1920 by 1080 and 20 seconds. I don't really need that many because I don't really have that much. So I'm going to just probably change this to 10 seconds instead and press OK. So we're going to start fresh. This is the footage that I have. Double click it, and I kind of did some stupid stuff here beforehand. I shot it in 4K resolution, but I already have timed out what I want to use is this part right here on the side. So to bring it in, just press I on your keyboard, the beginning, and O to the end. Click that, and then you want to click this little button right here on the bottom and to overlay edit, and boom, there it is. I have the footage right here. First, what I want to do is I want to scale it down. Okay, so I want to move it around a little bit and then scale it accordingly. Click the shift button and also move your mouse to scale it into place. And there I am looking like an idiot. But I will, first of all, what I'm gonna do is I want to mask everything out, and I want to get rid of all of this stuff on the side. So boop, bloop, and let's do that real quick. So I will just kind of draw around myself right here real quick and get rid of the stuff that's around me, and there you go. That was not that hard at all. And then I also want to move this to the side so I can this is my workspace, and that's what I want to preview at all times. So there I am. What I usually like to do is I like to go to my of course select first your footage, and then go to color correction, and also click on which one is it, selective color. I usually do this to bring the green out a little bit more. So what you want to do here is on the selective color, go to colors and click on scions, and then you want to move the fourth one all the way to the right. As you can see, I'm gonna click it off and on. There's a little change, but it made the green more greener. Once I want to key it out, it will be much easier to key out, and I won't have any like trouble or keying this thing out. So select your footage again, and then go to keying and go to key light 1.2. Click on that and shazam. First thing what I want to do is I want to select the color I want to get rid of. So it's the green, of course. So just get close to your subject somewhere here behind the neck, and then click, and there you go. The green is gone, but it left some stuff right here, the highlights of the lights that I have here in my studio, and I want to get rid of that. So what I want to do now is screen matte. What I also like to do is I like to go to screen matte right here and change that so I can see just the black and white values. So what I want to do next is I want to tweak those black and white values to make it legit. So click the black and move the black up a little bit. As you can see, all the artifacts, I'm getting rid of that, and it's gone right now. And of course, there's always some stuff that's being left behind inside. As you can see right here, it's really hard to see, but it's there. So you want to clip the white and move that down and get rid of all of that stuff. And as you can see, it's all gone, and I'm keyed out. So once I have done so, and take a little bit of time to do this because it's kind of important. If you don't do this right, you will have some artifacts later on. It will look so good in the final composition. So back to final result, and there I am. What I also like to do is, when I zoom in a little bit, it always leaves a little white line or black line, and to get rid of that is I want to shrink my, go to screen shrink grow, sorry, and just kind of do that till you get rid of it, and there you go, it's gone. And I also like to blur it out a little bit as well, screen soften a little bit. Nothing is that sharp in real life, you know, just a little tweak it till you get it right. Like I said, it depends on your footage. Every green screen footage is different, and it depends on what you're trying to do. But for this particular thing, it kind of worked out for me. Since I already have done it, I kind of troubleshot everything already. So I want to scale myself up a little bit. Since I'm already in 4K, I don't have to worry about any lost pixels or anything like that. And look at me looking like what's going on. So anyways, once I have done so, I have keep myself out. What I want to do next is, oh, there's something that's left behind. You want to mask that out a little bit too. And there you go, it's looking good. A little bit more perhaps. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring in my background. So I chose this background right here, which I found online somewhere, which is kind of like a city alley type, which I kind of liked. Kind of looks scary and dark, and somewhere looks like Chinatown to me, but maybe because of the lights. So you want to position that and scale it to place, and so I can actually look like I'm in the scene. So you want to kind of there you go, I'm kind of standing on the street. That looks kind of okay, that looks good. But I want to also change these everything to 3D, meaning 3D. I need to select these 3D boxes right here. Alright, and what I want to do next is go to my 2 views horizontal, and I want to take the background and I want to move it backwards like so, like in real life. If nothing is on top of each other, it needs to be further away from me, meaning kind of further like that, and I should be all the way in the front like so. Don't worry about all of this, we're gonna actually tweak that again. Once you have done so, you want to go back in there and scale everything accordingly the way it needs to be. The reason I do this, because it will give it more depth in the scene, in the final output. If I lay it on top of each other, it will just look flat and boring, and we don't want that, and nothing like that is in real life. So looking good, I like it. We can actually, what I want to do next is I have some smoke and some particles in which I found online, and I want to bring those in there as well. So I have the fog, let's check that out, which is kind of like smoke, as you can see right here, which is kind of according, you can see something like that in a real alley, like, you know, coming from a street, and you know, from the whatchamacallit, manholes and whatnot. So anyways, here we go, we want to grab this and we want to bring it in. So let's do that. Go back to my composition. This is not it, this is it right here, and let's bring that in. I'll also double click on it, and we want to bring it down just like we did everything else, and move it into place, move it all the way to the left. And of course, you know, the black is right here and we can see nothing, and we want to make this like that, it's, you know, I want to see through it. I want the smoke to be in front of me. So again, turn this into 3D, and also go over here, change this, switch it, and change it to overlay, not overlay, sorry, lighten. There we go. And what I want to do next is again, go back into your, change this also into your 3D. It needs to be 3D as well, and we want to also right click on it and time stretch. We want to duplicate this to make it a little bit slower, because it's moving a little bit fast. Not, you know, I want the smoke to move kind of slowly in my scene. Yes, it's kind of intense right now, and it kind of blurs the background, and which we don't want. So what I want to do next is I want to go to my opacity and bring it down just like that. So I want maybe let's see here, just kind of tweak and see what looks good. And there we go. Again, go back to your 2 views, and it's on right behind me. So we want to maybe move that backwards a little bit, just like that, so to give it a little bit more depth. And then right after that, you want to scale it up a little bit, And there we go. So the smoke is behind me, which is cool. Let's play that back and see what we got. Let me actually change the screen. Oops. And there we go. Yeah, it's looking good. It looks kind of believable. The smoke is right there. But then again, I'm just sitting there right on top of the whole scene and there's nothing in front of me, which doesn't look believable at all. So what we want to do is we want to take the smoke, alright, and or, you know, whatever it might be, or fog, and we want to duplicate it, okay? So duplicate it and then move it back actually you can leave it as is, but we want to go back into our 2-view horizontal view and take that smoke and move it right in front of me, so right over here. Alright, but then again we also need to change it up a little bit. We don't want the same pattern of smoke behind and in front of me, so we want to cut this in half, move it all over here, and move all this over here, move this to the left, so the pattern has completely changed right now and the smoke is completely different. We can also change the opacity here a little bit, depends on how intense we want it to be, so 28 perhaps, a little bit, just a little bit, to give a little bit detail to make it more believable. So let's play that back and let's see what we have done. So let's see. Yeah, I like it. I'm actually in the scene. It looks like I'm really in the street. But the one thing that kind of like still doesn't look believable is I don't fit. My color does not fit in this scene, so I look really out of place. I look lit up with the lights that I have used and the camera that I have shot it with. So we want to change it up a little bit and you know, make it look more believable. So what I like to do is I kind of like to go in there and match myself to the background. So how we're gonna do that? We're gonna go to effects, color correction, all right? And I usually like to do the curves at the beginning. So make sure you select your footage, which I'm right there, and go back to effects, color correction, and curves. So once I have done so, I want to maybe bring down the blacks. Alright, go into your reds and bring that down. As you can see right away, I can see some result. I'm already fitting in there. Also take your greens and bring those up a little bit. The scene seems a little bit green to me, the background, so that's what I really want to match it with. And as you can see, before and after, I fit in. Yes, of course you can go back in there and tweak it a little bit more, but I like the way it looks. One thing I didn't do was, as you can see right here, I have a lot of spill right here of the green screen. To get rid of that, you just want to go back into take all these menus and break them down, and go into select your footage and go into effects, keying, and advanced spill suppressor. Click on that. As you can see right now, right away it already done something and get rid of the green spill. If you want to go in there and kind of mess around a little bit more, you can go into ultra and it will get rid of it even more. You can mess around with the parameters, tolerance, and so on and so forth to get all the green out of you. As you can see, I'm gonna click on and off. Right by the neck area, as you can see, it kind of did that. So I'm gonna demonstrate again. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Spill is a big thing. After Effects CC 2017 did a good job on it, and has that feature already put in there. Before it wasn't possible, but now it is, which I'm really happy with. So let's move on to the next step. So as you can see right now, I'm actually looking like I'm in the scene, but not quite yet. I want to actually take all this footage and kind of, you know, blend it a little bit more to make it look more believable. So what I like to do is I like to go to layer, new adjustment layer, click on that, and you can do some additional color correction right here, or you know, what I like to do, go to effects, and I don't know if you have this feature, but you have to download it and buy it, magic bullet, which I like to use these looks presets, but also you can customize your own, and you know, just go edit, and you can like kind of pick what you want right here, and it has all these crazy presets, and you can also customize your own. And once you click on one, you can also grab that and kind of do something with that as well, well as blending it and so on and so forth, which is really cool. So I'm gonna click on this one right now, which is really cool, and then just press OK. As you can see right away, if I click on and off, it kind of blended my scene together. And you can also you know, blend my original with the effect that I put on there. That looks cool. Blend it a little bit more, but I can duplicate that one more time and go to you know, magic bullet and then looks, and do that one more time and keep blending it until you find a cool look that kind of works for you. I kind of like this dark look right here, and which I'm gonna press OK. But I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it all the way. I'm just gonna like blend it just a little bit to give me that look that I need. So maybe 33%. If I click both these off, this was my original that I did, and then with the color correction, and you can have this result right here. And you put all of that, all your adjustment layers, you put all of that on top of everything. And I want to maybe strengthen my fog that's in front, and let me check, actually see which one it is. Horizontal, go back in there. Yes, that's the one. So I want to open up that a little bit and then put that opacity up just a quite up, and there we go. And that is it. That's actually how you do it. Yes, you can go back in there and tweak it and get your own look that you like, but this is something, you know, I kind of of course there's other ways to do this stuff, but this is the way I like to do it. And of course I'm always learning and improving my craft, but you know, we'll see. I'm gonna probably shoot a little bit more. If you have any questions or concerns or whatever, just email me, leave a message, like, share, whatever it might be. Go visit my website, www.aiiBee.com. And if you have any requests for me to do something else, just let me know and I will do so. But one more thing before we actually stop this video, I found this particles footage online on YouTube, and of course I grabbed it and I kind of liked it, so I wanted to add it to my footage. Let me find it real quick. This is it right here. It's kind of like, it's little particles flying around in the sky, and you know, I'm pretty sure you can see something like that in the alley. You know, when you walk around, something is flying around. There's always something in the air if the light hits it. So we wanna grab that and put it in our scene as well. So what I did right here. So let's double click it one more time and bring that down. All right, and let's put it on top of everything. And then scale it up like this. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. You can make that 3D as well and move it down. And yes, that's all you can see. But remember, we want to switch that and change that and put lighten. Look, and there it is. But we're not done yet. It seems kind of, it moves a little bit too fast for me when I played it back. And then I want to right click, time. You want to time stretch this again and double the movement, so 200%, and press OK. And also we want to blend the frames, because it will kind of jitter once if the frame rate is not as high, it will kind of like look kind of robotic. So what we want to do is enable frame blending. Click on that, and also put the opacity down just a little bit to blend it into the scene. So you can really barely see it, but it's still there. But it gives it like that extra, you know, detail that, you know, you don't really watch for it, but it's still there. But without it, it won't look so believable. But you still want it to have there, even if it's like 2%, 3% of opacity, it is still there. So when we play this back, it's kind of slow because you can see it right now flying. It looks just more believable. The scene looks much more vivid, and it's just, I like it very much. It's just, it looks way better than before. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I also added some sound effects to it. If you go back to my original scene right here, it looks a little bit different. I took my time on this one, but I got some sound effects, you know, some city noise, which I found on YouTube as well, and some gunshots, and I composite all of that together and you know, put it into the scene too. Like I said, the sound has a big effect on a scene. So if you know how to learn how to edit some audio as well, which is very important in video, sometimes you can't depend on somebody to do it for you, so you have to do it yourself. And I like to learn everything. What I like to use is Logic X Pro to mix all my sounds. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know, and enjoy the clip. See you later and see you next time. Peace.